everyone, and welcome to a new video interview for Jogonet Gaming News. Today we are joined by Marina Bogard, Managing Director in the US for Betsson. The Swedish online gaming company has recently entered the United States through a launch in Colorado, which marks its first state there. So we will be discussing the keys behind this deal and other recent developments. Hello, Marina. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Hello, and thank you for having me on.
So the company, well, as I was saying, recently launched its mobile sportsbook in Colorado in March, a first in the United States. So could you tell us a bit what are the keys behind this landmark event for the company?
Of course, the Paysafe launch, the Betsson brand launch of the Paysafe brand in Colorado is an important milestone in the global expansion of the brand onto this continent. So it's really exciting for us, and it continues to solidify the B2C and B2B objectives that we have. I mean, we know the US market is highly competitive in general, and we are one of many options that the consumer has in the state. But the US market is extremely vast. It's still early in its infancy in sportsbook, and it'll continue to expand in not only sportsbook and iGaming in general. So we're really ready and confident in our execution strategy to broaden the Betsson brand in Colorado and to the rest of the market in the US through our B2B strategy.
So the product is already live in the state. What would you describe as the main features of this sportsbook, and how does it compare to existing offerings in the market?
Sure. The Betsson brand has been around for many years in the Betsson family. And so though it's new into the US, it has been well received by our players across the globe. We're going to be bringing the same exciting play style that has shown success in other markets to the US. And obviously, we're going to Americanize the app to be more US centric, with offering, expected features that typically you would have in the sportsbook app, but also focusing on players' regional needs, ease of navigation, customized offers and experiences, and a broad sports betting category. Then through our award-winning customer service team, we're focused on our players through our Voice of the Customer program, which might be a little bit unique compared to the others, where we take feedback from our players and ensure that our short and long-term roadmap captures those particular requests.
Right. And well, in regards to this launch, Betsson chose Dostal Ali Casino as a partner for this launch. What I would like to ask you is, why was this business selected as a partner, and what was the launching process like in general? Why was Colorado chosen?
Sure. The Dostal Ali family and Betsson have a very good relationship. I can't speak for the Dostal particularly and what their strategy is, but we're going to support each other in bringing together the very best experience for the players in Colorado. I mean, collectively, we have decades of experience in this industry, and we'll continue to leverage the learnings from both our organizations to create a exciting bet-safe experience for players here.
Right. This launch is very important for a lot of reasons, but one of them is that it grants the company the opportunity to showcase its US adapted sportsbook to new and existing operators in the market. This is very important for the company's business-to-business strategy in the country. What are your expectations for this segment? And has the company already received interest from operators since the product launched in March?
Sure, and that is correct. The U.S. investment is focused in presenting the sportsbook platform and services to other operators and potential partners with our B2B offering. We have had early conversations prior to the launch, and since the launch and various events that we have attended, we have renewed interest and new interest, and specifically from commercial casinos, tribal casinos, as well as potential operators that are trying to enter into the marketplace where we can provide a full turnkey solution for them. So we're really excited about the opportunities that are coming our way, and look forward to being able to announce some partnerships in the near term.
So the company is committed to this new market, and it has also opened an office in downtown Denver. Account directors have been recruited for both business to business and business to consumer. Uh, how do these developments position the company going forward for this market, and how do they support the company's ambitions for the two segments?
So the staff in Denver, and we're really excited about our office in downtown Denver, is primarily going to be supporting the B2C efforts in Colorado, as well as in Canada, as we move into the regulated market in Ontario and the rest of Canada with the Betsson brand. And as mentioned, our intent is to showcase the Betsson Sportsbook offering through our local acquisition efforts and the support infrastructure from Malta, which would include our customer service, our AML and KYC, and our trading team. So the B2C arm will mirror exactly what the B2B ecosystem for our B2B partners would look like as they come on board, and we'll be able to actually show them the full experience here.
In order to launch in Colorado, the company has undergone a certification and testing process that is also required for other states. Which other markets within the United States could present an opportunity going forward for the company?
Yeah, so that's correct. We are GLI 33 certified and meet the high standards required for a sportsbook operator in this market. And as mentioned, from a B2C perspective, we're currently focused on our efforts with the Betsson brand here in Colorado and Canada. And then we will take that showcase and grow into other markets with our B2B strategy across the rest of the US markets.
Well, the company is one of the largest in the gaming space in Europe and globally. This launch represents an entirely new market and continent for the business. How do you assess this in terms of the company's global ambitions, and what would you describe as the main opportunities and perhaps also challenges present in this market?
Well, Betsson has always had a business model of growth through geographic expansion and diversification. So expanding into the US market falls squarely in line with that strategy. The US market overall provides significant growth opportunities. And depending on what you read recently in terms of projections and forecast, everyone's kind of coming to a valuation of about 17 billion by the end of 2025. So we see significant growth opportunities there. It's still an early market in terms of iGaming and sportsbook in general. So it'll continue, I think, to evolve and innovate with operators, coming in with new solutions. We face profitability challenges as anyone else when you enter a new market. But Betsson has always had a diligent and methodical method and approach to gaining profitable market share, and will continue with that philosophy in the US market as well. And certainly geopolitical challenges that we are all facing, regardless of industry, will probably continue to create headwinds as consumers face economic pressures. But as I said, that's not just our industry, it's just across the globe, and we'll continue to keep our eye on that.
Well, in regards to these challenges, Morgan Stanley has recently rated the US betting market as very large and concentrated, with high barriers to enter. How do you assess the landscape specifically regarding this, this current position it has? And could you perhaps tell us about some short and mid-term objectives, for instance, in terms of a market share?
Well, I won't go into specific market share projections and objectives, but as I mentioned, we're coming into this market for the long haul, and we're going to be focused on our B2B strategy, showcasing our B2B. Betsson has been launching products into new markets and geographic locations for decades. We understand what it takes to enter the market and how long it takes to achieve a profitable business model. So, at the same time, I do believe that there will be consolidation in this space. But as Morgan Stanley just mentioned, said, it is a very large market, one that is just opening up. And I think continues to have significant growth opportunities for decades to come. It is far from being saturated. So There's room for many players here.
Okay. Well, you were mentioning this about the company seeking long-term and sustainable growth. What will be the general approach to investment and marketing spending within the US?
Well, as I said, I'm not going to go into the specifics and the detail of our market strategy and spend, but one of the advantages of not being first in a market is to have a lens in the competitive strategies and approaches in the market. I mean, there are many sportsbook operators that continue to struggle on the profit margin line and have a long, long runway to break even. And the current acquisition models, we know, and everyone knows, they're not sustainable in the long run. And we're starting to see some pullback on various promotions and offers, and I think we'll continue to see that. So we do have an advantage of understanding, what's working, what's not working, and where to focus specifically and target. And as in all of our markets, we'll continue to focus on the user experience and support of our B2B partners as we deliver a best-in-class sportsbook platform.
Well, and lastly, to close the interview, I wanted to ask you about a specific partnership already in place with Paysafe, which will be providing traditional and alternative payment solutions for the sportsbook. What can you tell us about this deal, and perhaps what role could Paysafe play in the long run as the company seeks to expand within the US?
Paysafe has been a partner of Betsson for many years in different markets, and we're excited to continue that partnership in the US. But we also know that consumers value very highly the ability to have safe, easy, and quick deposit and withdrawals. So we will be continuing to partner with other options as well, just to let the players have a preference and choice of how they choose to deposit and make withdrawals. So we'll have a plethora of other options.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Marina.
Thank you very much for having me.